Hey, hi guys.
I see.
Hey, sorry guys, I think I had some work. I had to leave late. I'm just typing so that everyone else will join. So, from yesterday's class, anyone has any doubt?
Sir, can you explain that pointer one? So I'm not able to.
Okay, a pointer one. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So maybe I'll move this out. So we will have a pointer inside itself. We'll do it in a different way. So we'll talk about the same my student class. Okay. My student has integers and names and a pointer. Okay. Now, so how would you generally initialize a pointer? What you would do is in your constructor, you would allocate the necessary memory to it and initialize it with the data that you want. Got it right? In a constructor, what you would do is, so if you have pointers, you will allocate the necessary memory to it and initialize, assign some value. So I think what you would do in C plus C is section is equal to char star of malloc of 1 into size of char, correct? Then what you would do, so once the memory is allotted, okay, what you would do, section is equal to whatever the content this guy is pointed. This is how your C code would look, correct? Any
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
Mm.
what you are trying to do, you are just passing a pointer. Assume, see here, I just made it as a character. What if it's a character array? Okay, so now I'll make this as an array. Section. Okay, now what is the string? It is C section. Okay, what is it saying? User defined literal.
Sir, that 1 into is not required, I think so. Only size of is fine. 1 into is not required.
1 and 2. Here 1 into
No, no.
this one. So that
Yes.
this would be required. I'll it depends, right? For 1 into is not
No,
required.
that
I agree.
syntax is malloc size of any data type. No, so that's it.
Actually, it's not required, but generally, what you do n into what you would do. Okay, I'll tell you why I have written it in this way. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Now you have a section. Okay, now this is a string, correct? So what is a pointer pointing to? It's a string. कितने bytes है here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 bytes plus 1 is
Yes, yes.
10.
Semicolon. Yeah.
Now you have 10. Now what? Now your intention is this should be saved in your pointer also. So what you do is, instead of uh, passing by value, like what you would do is, you are just passing a pointer. You are just passing a pointer here. Okay, and you are asking the constructor to copy the contents pointed by this pointer into your memory. Okay, so what you would do is, so now this pointer is pointing to this, okay, C section. Okay, now what you should do is, this guy should also have necessary memory allotted, and you should copy this into this, whatever the memory location this guy is pointing. Okay, now let's do that. What you do is, you would get the string length. So what you do is, you will typically get length of the string. So now first what you do is, so you need to allocate as many bytes that this guy wants. Okay, now you do string length in C. Okay, now you got the size. Now string length plus 1, so that you are going to store the null value also. Now what you did, okay, this is what you do, section and size of. Okay, you did some malloc of this size. Then what you do here, once you allocate the required size, what do you do? How do you copy from here to here? Source and destination, comma. Okay, this is what you would do. Let's see. Okay, I'll see string dot h. I should. Okay, so am I clear on this? What we are trying to do? So if you have an array,
Yes, yes.
so what you do, if you want this content to be copied into this class. Okay, now you have just a pointer. Now you will allocate the enough memory, okay, required to it, and you would copy from source to destination. Okay, now what would happen? Okay, what would happen if you just do this? So generally what is happening here, you will assign this to this and this to this. What is the difference between this and this? So what is the difference between line number 20 and line number 22 to 32? Now both the guys are pointing to same memory, right? Same, both the guys are pointing to the same memory location. Okay, now what can be the problems that you can see here? Okay, okay, okay. Maybe I'll write one more code so that you might get a clue at least. So what would you do whenever you have a malloc in your code? What is the complement of it? You allocated some memory in your code, right? Somewhere. What would you do post that?
Yes,
You have to
then dynamically
Clear the
allocate.
memory.
yes. So you have to release. May not be clear, or what should I say? Release. Release the memory. So the right word is release. So see, in terms of these variables, okay, these are treated like normal stack variables. You don't do anything, they are released by your program control because they are sitting on the stack. This pointer is also sitting on the stack, but the memory that you allocated here is sitting on the heap. Okay, so the memory that this guy is pointing, right, you have to release it. When would you release it? See, the when for how long you want it, as long as this object is valid, you would need it. So when would you say you don't need it? Is when this object is no longer required. So when would you say this object is no longer is required? That is when a destructor of this object is called. So when that is when a destructor of this object is called. So what would you do in the destructor? You will do a free and assign section is equal to null, correct? So what you are doing it at when the object is created, you malloced it and released it here. Okay. Now assume that this is this part of the code is not there. Okay. And you have something like this. You have written something like this. In your constructor, you have written something like this. Okay. This is a plain constructor or a parameterized constructor. You have written like this. So what would this do? The section is initialized to something like this. Okay. Now in your destructor, you are trying to release something like this. So what would it do? It would show some runtime error, like you are trying to release some memory on stack. It is not something which is releasable. Okay. You got what I'm trying to say, right? Because this section is pointing to this memory address. This is not something which is on a heap, so you cannot release it. This is one error that you will get. Okay. So the other error is with respect to main is with respect to the copy constructor. So the copy constructor is the place where you would see the actual problem. Okay, let me write it here. Now, so the problem here, you can say it is solved. Okay, or you can say it is solved if you have mallocing it and allocating some resources to it. Okay. Now, what will happen if you create another object? Okay, if you create another object and you don't write a copy constructor of your own. Okay, so in my previous example, I wrote this one. Okay, so if you don't write your own copy constructor, okay, if you don't write your own copy constructor, compiler will give you, or compiler will put a copy constructor which is similar to this. Okay, which is similar to this, which is exactly same of this. What will you do? Student is copied to student, name is copied to name, section is copied to section. Okay, this is copied to this. So now what is happening? Both student 2 and student 1 is pointing to the same memory allocation that you allocated here. Because section 2 mein you did malloc. Okay, whereas this is also a constructor, right? Either you call this way of constructing or you call this way of constructing. Okay. Now both the places in both the places, what you should do, you should allocate the required memory for this. Okay. So what you can do is either do rewrite the whole logic here. Okay, like mallocing and copying, string copying it. This is what that you can do again. You got what I'm trying to say, Shashwat? Me, sorry, Sahu. Or you want me to repeat this? Okay, well, I'll do it again. Oh, others fine. You guys are able to understand the problem.
Yes.
Okay, so so the what we are trying to do is you are just doing a blind copy here. So both of them are pointing to same memory location. Okay. Now when one object gets destroyed, now one object gets destroyed, what happens? Assume this object is getting destroyed, the obj object. Now this became null, but the other object that you had, right? You didn't do any freeing here. So this guy is still pointing to the same memory location, and he can do some operation and it can cause some crashes. Okay. To avoid that, what you would do, you would also allocate the same memory to the student2 object as well. Okay. And you are mallocing again the same 10 bytes here and copying it. Okay. So you did some malloc here and copied the 10 bytes, and you did one more malloc here and copied the another 10 bytes. Now again here you are creating a 3 objects. Now again you do a malloc here and copy the 10 objects. Now when destructors at the end of the program, what happens? The destructor for student3 will be called. So what he will do? He will release one of the memory location that he is pointing to, then followed by destructor of student2. He will release the memory that he has been assigned. Now student1 you have, he will release the memory location that he has been assigned. Okay. Now if you don't do 3 mallocs, what will happen? If you do only one malloc and copy the pointers to both the places, what will happen? This guy will release it. Okay. Now this guy, okay, what he will do? He will again call this destructor, but his variable is not null. Okay. So what he will do? He will try to free it. It will say double free error, and you would get crash here. Okay. If you want, I'll show that program now. We'll just write it. So we'll just test it away as well. Let's see. You guys want me to write this and show you, like, or you want me to proceed to the assignment operators? Next one. Okay. Well, let's proceed.
In this only you will write for that assignment operator, or
So assignment operator is second one, another one, that's next one. So now, as of now, what we have done is copy constructor, right? In copy constructor,
Mm.
we are doing a blind copy. I mean, the compiler will provide you a copy constructor which will do a blind copy. Okay. So the blind copy is called as shallow copy.
shallow copy? Okay.
Shallow copy. What does shallow copy means? You are just copying the values left to right, left to right, left to right. So if it's a variable, copying directly, variable copied directly, pointer to pointer, you are copying. Okay. Now when you do just pointer to pointer copy, okay, it depends how you have written your code, how good it is. And if you are freeing someplace, it's gone. both the pointers are pointing to same memory location, and you will end up in double releasing the same memory location, and you will end up in problems. So to avoid that, what we do is deep copy. Deep copy is a technique wherein method wherein along with copying the normal variables, when you copy the pointers, right, you allocate the necessary memory needed to it, and you allocate the necessary memory needed to it and do a copy of it. Okay, you got now, right, what it is?
Yes. Yes, shallow copy, deep copy.
Yeah. So the deep copy is nothing but you take care of pointers very well. Okay. You are
Mhm.
you are in shallow copy, you are just copying the variables. Pointers, you are just copying the addresses. You are making both the pointers point to the same memory location. Whereas in deep copy, you would assign two different memory locations and the content will be same pointed by them. Okay, I'll show you the Excel class ones PTR or obj1 is pointing to address. Okay, this is having. Okay, so what happens in shallow copy? Both the objects pointers are pointing to same memory location 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can call this as. Okay, now what will happen in deep copy? In deep copy, you will do a malloc. So in the new object that you are going to create, right? You are going to do a malloc. Now it will have some different address. Okay, and the content will be this. Okay, now the problem here is if someone calls delete on obj_ptr, what will happen? This section is released. Now you called delete, okay, and you assigned it as a null. So now this guy is not pointing. So what you did is you deleted the pointer, okay, so and assigned some null. So this guy is not pointing to this guy, okay. So now this memory is released, okay, though it can have C section still, but it is released, okay. Now object 2 is still pointing to this because you have two variables, right? This is a separate variable, this is a separate variable. Now both of them are pointing to same memory location. Now you did a delete here, you didn't do a delete here, you can't do delete here also. Okay, now this guy is still using it. By any chance you are trying to do some operation like print it or string copy it, string and copy, so it would say this memory is not allocated to you, okay, and it will cause some crash or undefined behavior, okay. And if you try to do a, okay, delete object to pointer, so what will happen? Behavior is undefined, okay. This is what happens in shallow copy. Now let's Look at the same analogy. Let's do the same thing in deep copy. What happens when you do a deep copy? So here you are deleting object1 PTR. So this guy object1 PTR is deleted. So what will you do? Object1 PTR is no longer, where is this arrow? Is no longer pointing to this. So whether this still have this data or not, it really doesn't matter for us. Okay.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
So now is it audible?
It's breaking.
Is it audible now? Is it same for all? Hello, Sakalya, you can hear me or not?
For me, it's clear.
Okay,
Yes, yes, sir.
okay, okay, okay. So now I'll repeat. So now you did a delete here, delete obj1 PTR. I'll write the same statement here.
Yes, yes, I'm able to hear right now.
Okay, good. Now you did a delete obj1 PTR. Now obj1 PTR is no longer pointing to this memory location. But obj2 PTR you didn't do a delete. Okay, but he's pointing to some different memory location. Now you can do any operation that you want. Okay. Now after some usage, what you did a delete obj2 PTR. What he will do? He will just release this memory. Okay. The behavior is releasing obj2. Okay. This is what happens. Okay. This is the problem that you would see in your code if you don't write your own copy constructor. If specifically if your class have pointers. Okay. You got right. The main problem with the pointers and non-pointer base one. So this is what a compiler will give you. Okay, and this is something that you need to do it on your code. So the effective code, this is shallow copy is what compiler gives you. Okay, deep copy, we need to write this logic to meet our goals. So technically this we are deleting. Okay, so this is what would compiler put if you don't have this. Okay, now what should I write here? Obj dot. So this is how you would write a copy constructor. Okay, fine, right? In any, no, I'm clear on this, right? No more doubts.
Yes.
Okay, so we can just optimize this code by calling parameterize constructor here again. So let me call it. Let me, okay. So I just remove all this code here. Okay. So what I did is this is a copy constructor. Okay. So the moment program reaches here, I'm asking him to call one more function. Okay, this is another function. This function is nothing but parameterized constructor. So the moment you do this, right, the compiler will call this, and from here you are calling this function. So this is nothing but this one. Now he will go here and he will treat this as another pointer, and he will do malloc and come back. Okay, that's what it does. Okay, this is what it is. This is like a constructor calling another parameterized constructor. That's all. Okay, okay, we'll come back to today's topic. Okay, so now before getting into that, I'd like to tell where and all a copy constructor is called, like when and where a copy so when and where the copy constructor is getting called. So first one is when copying two objects. Okay, so like this, not copying, when initializing object new with old object. This is one. Okay, so the second one would be, assume you have written a function. Okay, print, so like print okay, and you are passing this as a parameter. So what, and you are calling this function. Okay, okay, so what will happen here? Print content is a function which will take student as a parameter. Okay, student as a parameter. So the contents will be copied because you are not doing a star here, you are not passing by pointer, or you are not passing by reference. So what will happen? Like in traditional C, the contents will be copied here, okay, blindly. So to copy the content from one object to other object, what will get called? This copy constructor will get called. Okay, got it right? Okay, so I'll add when passed as a parameter, this copy constructor is getting called. Now what can be other one? Third one is, so you passed it. Now this function can return him as well. Okay, so assume this is a function which is written in an object of type same my student. Okay, so here is the place copy constructor is called. This is one place. Now you are returning the contents from here to here. So what would you do here is, now you got an object here, right? Or you would say something like this. So now this guy returned an object which you are copying it to him, or so whatever this guy is returning, right? Okay, this guy that is copied to this, or you can create another object like this, student like 5. Okay, no, that was correct. That was correct. So whenever you are returning it from a function, the same copy constructor is getting called. Okay. uh, am I clear on this, right? So when does the copy constructor get called? So when passing as a parameter, and when returned from a function. Okay, 1 2 3, clear, right? Now there is one more fourth place. So am I clear? Any doubts on this? Okay, I'll take that as no. Okay, now the fourth place is when compiler creates a temporary object. Okay, like in typecasting or in some temporary calculations, this can get created. Now you created object 6, which is equal to student 5 plus student 4. So now what will happen here? What will happen here? Objects, these two gets added. Okay, these two gets added, and the contents will be stored in some temporary variable, and that temporary variable contents will be assigned to this. Okay, for now 2 and 3. Okay, so when passed, and this one and this one, and here this is 1, this is also 1. Okay, so when creating an object or passing as a parameter, or returning the from or returning it from a function, okay, or during temporary object creations, the copy constructor gets called. These are the 4 instances when copy constructor gets called. Okay, okay, good. I think we will do a mastering example. That is when you guys will be able to understand and create it this than this my student example. Okay, that's when we'll do this. We'll understand this one better. Okay, so I'll remove this. I'll save it to our previous class itself. No, I'll just rename it. Okay, next we'll do an assignment operator. Okay, let's come out of this my string class, my student class. We'll do a my string class. Okay, so we'll do a my string class. Before doing that my string class, we'll introduce you. Let's understand what does my string class is about, or a string class is about. Okay, I think I'll not. Okay, we'll wait for others. I think only Guru joined. Okay. Now assume we have two classes, I mean two objects, which okay. So we'll wait for others. Did two more people have to join? Okay, we'll continue. Okay, so string class is nothing but its collection of characters. Okay, same here. Now assume you want to do some arithmetic operations on it. Okay, or assignment of content from one place to other. Okay, so now I have surname, right? Surname, and then let me overwrite. Give me some Shahrukh. Baba. Okay. So now what we did here is we just initialized with Shahrukh here and Khan. Okay. So actually string is again a class. Okay. String is again a class. Uh, so here what you did is you assigned some value here. So this is the place where a parameterized constructor gets called. Okay. Now you want to overwrite the contents that this variable has, like surname has, or this object has. Okay. What you can do is surname is equal to Baba. Okay. So you are trying to change the content from this to this. Okay. Or what it will happen is the Baba is copied to this. Now assume you have another variable. What if I make it something like this? Surname 2. Okay. And I want to copy this. Surname is equal to surname 2. So what you are trying to do here is you are trying to copy string, an object of type string, to object of type another string. Okay. So what will happen here? The contents of this should be copied to this guy. Okay, from here to here. Now what do you have? Shahrukh and Baba. Okay, the contents are copied. So this operation is nothing but assignment. Assignment. Okay, so you are assigning a value to a object which is created from another object which is already created. So it is nothing but you are copying data from one variable to other variable, or one object to another object. Okay, so what can happen here, or what will happen here is it just copies the content. So now we need to write our implementation of copying the contents here from here to here. Okay, now let's look.
It is a like of swapping, right?
Swapping नहीं, आप just copy कर रहे हो इधर से here.
Okay.
Both will have the same value.
Okay.
Both will have the
Okay.
same value.
Mhm.
Okay. Now in my student, we'll do this with my student. Now we'll remove the pointer here. Okay. This pointer logic itself we'll remove and see how it behaves, and then we'll do with pointer. So what my student, it will take 3 parameters. Okay, I'll reduce it to 2. Pointer is not required. So number and name, number and name. Okay. So what it will do, it will just do a blind copy. What we are will remove everything that is not required. Okay, I am doing in the wrong file, I think. Retain this, we'll do it in the right file. Okay, this is copy constructor 2. We'll do it in the assignment operator. Okay, this is the right place. We'll just remove this. We just have a function. Okay. Now I created this guy. Does it have, okay, it is not having a parameterized constructor. I need to write. Okay. Okay. Now this should work. Okay. Now I created one more MI to, so I put the content as, okay. Okay. Now I have two objects, Sakalya and Subbu. Now I'll print their contents. Sakalya dot print. So what would happen? It will print both the values. the code got compiled. So now if you see, I have two objects, both having the value that you have assigned, roll number 1 and 2, Sakalya and Subbu. Okay. Now what if I want to copy contents from Subbu to Sakalya? Equal to, okay, and I want to print them. So what would you want to do? So in C, it is like structure to structure copy. Is there anything like structure to structure copy in C, or you do a mem copy?
No, I didn't use that one.
Okay.
Mhm.
So in C, what we would do is memory copy. So you will just copy the contents from one place to other. That's all. We do a mem copy. So the whole data is copied. It is like byte to byte copy is done. Okay. So now if you try to do this, right, you're trying to copy the contents of this variable to this. So now this variable by name Sakalya should have the values which Subbu have. Okay. Now it is showing some warning like Subbu was not declared. Okay, capital S. Okay. Okay. Now it is able to do it. Okay. So now let's see. Now see. Now both of them have Subbu. So you are able to copy the contents from here to here. Okay. Got it right? So it is actually doing a blind copy. This roll number to this roll number, whatever the name of Subbu to the name of Sakalya. So these two variables are getting copied. Okay. So and you are seeing at the end there is only one data in both the variables, same data in both the variables. Okay. Now how it does is, it is similar to what we saw here. It just does a blind copy. So this is assigned to this and this is assigned to this. Okay. We'll write the syntax of it. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to achieve an operation by name equal to. Equal to is nothing but assignment, assigning from this RHS to this LHS. So what we would say is operator is equal to. So it is an operation, right? So we'll say operator. Yes, operator. Then you would say what type of object you want to copy. Here in the bracket, what type of object it is. What is the type of object? Subbu is what type of object? It is my student. So I put const. Okay. So from this object, I am trying to copy content to another object. Okay. So what uh, what would you do here? It has two variables. Student dot roll number is equal to obj dot roll number. Okay. Now we have name is equal to obj dot name. So this is what is actually happening, right? So this is what has happened, and this is the actual implementation which compiler is giving you. Apart from this, is he doing anything else? Nothing. He's not doing anything else. You can see here. Okay, sorry, I should do return this. So it is just doing this. Okay, we'll write a program to see whether it has actually came till here. You copy the content. See what it did. It just called this assignment operator function, and inside this it did a blind copy. So here, so if you see here, right, we called print here and it printed, and you did some operation and it called this assignment operator, and then you did a print, it printed. Okay, so whether you write this assignment operator or not, compiler will provide you a default assignment operator. Okay, you got it right. So which will do blind copy from LHS to RHS. This is what it will do. Okay, am I clear on this? Any doubts? So
Yeah, clear.
okay, now again here, what are the main problems? Okay, why you would need to write an or override the assignment operator which compiler gives? Okay, any thoughts? Like, I mean, in which cases you would need to override the operator, assignment operator that he has given? It is similar to previous case if you have pointers. Okay, so before doing that, we can see during assignment operators, we'll do some magic whether you can modify it or not. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is when I'm copying content from Subbu to Sakalya, Sakalya will have a number, a roll number greater than Subbu. Okay, just 10 plus whatever his roll number is. Okay, this is just like magic that we can modify. Okay, so 12, 10 plus 2. Okay, so in assignment operator, not just blind copy, you can do some modification as well. Okay, it is perfectly allowed. You can do any sort of modification, not just blindly copying things. Okay, now now let's come to the actual problem here. Now what is this? Now assume you have a pointer, same which is similar to that section or char pointer. Region slash to null. Okay, now you have the same char pointer which is initialized to null. Okay, now here assume that you are passing some value here. What would you like to pass? Apart from section, you want to have any other strings? Can give me some examples. Roll number, name, or some strings. You can just give me something so that I'll add it here. Okay, I'll continue to use section. Okay,
Or else school
okay.
qualifications.
College.
College, yes, college.
Subbu, give me your college name by anything. Is it Subbu or someone? Or is it a Guru? Guru, you can give me your
Guru.
college. Give me some college name. I'll put something from Bangalore. Okay. You are from
GIT, Gandhi.
GIT, or here I'll put him VIT.
GIET.
Okay. Okay. GIET is your college name, and his college name is BIT. I'm just a dummy name that I've given. Okay. Now I should add the same here, saying that actually you can do a STD string. Okay. What if I don't want to do a string? Okay, that is again copying between variables. But what if I want to do pass it as a parameter, or pass it as a character array and save out of data, out of copies. So in the last class, what we did in the previous this thing, whenever you are getting a pointer, make sure you allocate the necessary memory and then you do a copy, right? So we will get size of call. So here we have copied the numbers and name because we don't have any problem in copying variables. Only problem we have is in copying what should I say, when copying pointers, content pointed by pointers. Now we'll do this college. Now I got the name. Okay. Now I'll do either I can do malloc or I can do a new. You guys know new, right? Or you want me to introduce you to new? Okay, I'll do this
New keyword or
new keyword which does the same memory allocation. Okay, so new character array. It's a new character array of size. Okay,
size of college. So
okay.
it will be that string, right? This
So
one,
char
int
array.
size of college. No, car I can understood, but no, first one.
This one.
Integer.
I'm
This
trying to get
one
the
is just
string length, number of bytes.
okay.
Number of bytes that he has. Number of bytes that he is having. Like how many characters are here? 6, right? 6 plus 1, 7.
Yes.
Here, 3 plus 1,
4,
5.
5, 6, 7, yes.
Yeah, here
Yes.
including space, 6.
Yes, yes.
Including space, 5. Okay. Next character. Now I'll do is given underscore. I'll make this. Okay. So I just did a copy from here to here. This is how you would do. This would put some null at the end as well, assuming. Okay. Now this is a.
Yeah, why did I put that underscore one?
It's a name. ये देखो college है. I don't want to have
Uh-huh.
same. It's just a different name.
Okay.
If the variable name is different, that's all. Let's see.
Okay. Or else you can put college one like that.
Or P college, I'll put
Oh.
passed college.
Passed out college, yes.
Passed out, nahi, college pointer to the college that you have
Okay. Yeah,
passed.
I thought that a different word you was using. So that's
No, whatever. This one. This is a constant, right? Const char star. Okay. This is what you are passing here. and
Hmm.
we are whatever, no matter what the content is, you are copying the content and assigning to this guy. Okay, this is what we have next. Let's see.
No, so you need to change that name. Guru is coming, right? Subbu.
Guru and VIT still copy. Wait, I not declare this copy. I should declare something. It's converting a string. Okay, to star star. So here he is taking this as a string, not a star star. I should do a typecasting. That should. This thing. Okay, the right way is I should declare a star stars. So you copied the content. You are assigning this
So
values.
again, you have created that
Sorry.
GIT. Means again you have to created the dynamic allocation one or what? Here, that char
For this one.
pointer char.
For which one?
No, for this COL1, COL2.
No, this is just array, right?
Yeah.
Character. This is a constant char star. It's a local variable. It is not a dynamic
Okay.
variable.
Mm-hmm.
The function minute. Okay. So there is some warning. Forbid some conversion string to this thing. It doesn't want us to do it. Okay, it's okay. For us, assume that this is just a const char star. Okay. Now if you see here, the contents are copied. Okay, from here to here. So now if you see both of them having the same value. Okay, I didn't put in the college name. So so it printed Guru GIT, this GIT. Okay, so if you see here,
Okay.
we didn't copy, right? Wait, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So here,
Mm.
this is the constructor. In constructor, the content is correct, GIET and BIET. Okay, whereas in
Yes.
assignment operator, what did we do? This is our assignment operator. What did we do? We copied the roll numbers, we copied the names, but we didn't do anything with respect to college. Okay. So
College.
the names are not copied. Okay, so it will not do anything that we don't do here. Okay, now let's
Mhm.
comment this and see. Now if you comment it, compiler will give its own copy constructor. Now if you see, compiler has
Yeah.
given its own copy constructor and it has copied, and you have both the values. Okay, now the problem, if you see here, is what it would have done is both the addresses it would print as it is, or okay, it will do a blind copy. Okay, now if you see, we copied from GIET to BIET. Okay, now we will see the we'll try to copy it the other way and see what happens. Content is same, you will not see any issues. You would see GIET,
It might be
mental.
reversed only.
No, just the pointers has been copied, that's all. Okay, now
Okay.
what
Okay.
has happened here? Okay, now let's do the scope thing. Scope means, yeah, someone is asking. Okay, so if you now what I did here is I created a Subbu object which is visible till here. Okay, I created this outside of the scope. So this object is visible till line number 77 is being executed. Correct, right? Whereas I created an object by
Yes.
name Sakalya, which is just visible till 73. So whatever,
73.
hmm, so whatever the resources that you get created will be allocated and used till here, and the moment you move out of it, it will get released. Okay. So when we write a constructor, what we do, we initialize them, and similarly, when we write a destructor, what we should do, we should release the memories that we allocated to it. So what we did here, so when an object gets destroyed, the dynamically allocated memory, if you have anything like that, we'll free it and we'll call. Okay, this is new, right? So we should do delete. Okay. New is a distance, it's it array. We'll delete it as an array. Hmm. Now, if you see that there is a crash that has happened. Okay. Okay. Before getting the crash, we'll see if everything is working. If we remove this. About double free detected. That is also is there. I'll show you why. Now, if you see in this code, you are seeing a double free detected. or aborted code dump. Can you tell me why this double free is error we are getting? And why didn't we get earlier? Okay,
No idea.
no idea. Okay, I'll put here. So, okay, before doing that, we'll explain the class again. We have a class which just has a copy constructor. Sorry, it just has a parameterized constructor and a destructor. It doesn't have a copy constructor. It doesn't have an assignment operator or anything. Okay. See, now again it crashed. But before it is getting crashed, what was the function that it got called? Destroying. So you are calling to destroying here, destructor twice. Why? Because you have two objects. Okay, both the objects are ending here, so both of them are getting destroyed. Okay, so when the second object is getting destroyed, so when the first object got destroyed, no problem. When the second object got destroyed, you saw some code dump. Why? Because Subbu and Sakalya were created with different mallocs. Everything was fine. Okay, but both of them had some memory and everything was fine. But when we did this assignment operation, okay, compiler what it did, okay, compiler will put a code like, okay, not like this. It will put a insert a code like this. I'll tell you what is it. College is equal to obj dot college. Okay, back. You guys can see my screen, right? Okay. So where was I? Okay. So what would compiler give? He will give a default assignment operator wherein you are copying the variables as it is. You are not doing anything here. You are just doing a blind copy, which is nothing but a shallow copy. You are doing a shallow copy. Basically, instead of doing string copy, what you did is, how would you copy a strings? You do a string copy, right? You check the sizes between 1 and 2, and if they both are good, the sizes are there, valid, then you copy the strings. Okay, but what you did here, what compiler did here, he just, what he did, he just exchanged the pointer. He assigned both the pointers to same memory location. Okay, now we can see this. So this is what it would have been done. Now again, if you run the code, right, it will crash the same way. See, destroying, first one went fine. Second one is where it got destroyed. Okay, am I clear this, right?
Yeah.
So what he did is, he did
Yeah.
just a shallow copy. So compiler inserted a code where he did just a shallow copy. Okay, now how can we overcome this? Now we can do a actual deep copy. Okay, now this is just one dummy D part. So Now what we are doing, we are just copying the contents. We are not copying the pointers, which means both the pointers are not pointing to same memory locations. Okay, what this guy will do, he will make both the pointers to point to same memory location, but that is not what our intent is. Our intent is to copy the contents from pointer 1 to pointer 2. This is what our intention is. Okay, but before doing that, we'll just see Sakalya's college name is big, larger. Okay, now suppose college. Now assume that both of them has same data. Okay, same number of bytes. Now everything went fine. Destroy. Now you don't see any crash. Correct? It got compiled. You don't see any crash because what you did, instead of assigning pointers to pointer, you actually copied the contents. Okay, from here to here. So that is what basically an assignment operator's job to do. You copy the contents from X location to Y location. Okay, copy the contents than rather than assigning pointers. Okay, but one problem here is, okay, now both the pointers did a malloc of same size. Okay, now what if this is small, like I have removed two characters here, right? So he is having space only to store 4 bytes. Okay, GIT, both of them have. Did this happen? There is something wrong. But
I think so. You didn't save that one. Same thing there.
I didn't say. Okay, even after saving, the result is same. Okay, fine. So the problem here is, okay, I think though it didn't crash, but we'll see the problem here. The problem here was we'll try to print the length. Okay, before doing a std. Okay, so before doing copy, what would we generally do? LHS and RHS have same size or enough size to copy. Okay, this is what we would do. We'll check whether they both are having same size or not as a precautionary measure. Now, if you see, this guy has 4 and this guy has 6. Okay, what does it mean? The memory location pointed by college is having only 4. Okay, whereas the other guy is having 6. Okay, but even then you try to print it, it's working fine. It's just temporarily. I mean, maybe on a long run it may not work. Okay, now this is one.
But it is printing the first is second one, right?
A second one, देखो
First it is
GIET.
printing second one.
Second one has 6 characters.
Then
Yeah,
bit first is printing that bit one. Bit one it is printing first. Then GIT.
GIT, because we did the
4
copy here.
byte, 6 byte, right?
Yeah. So what we did is we are trying to copy content of 6 bytes onto a memory of 4. Okay. We did that here,
4
but
byte.
it is not crashing. Okay, for some maybe weird or white great reason it is not crashing. Okay, now what we should do in assignment operator is, before we do a string copy, right? Before we do a string copy, we should see the pointers have enough size to copy this, or to copy this into this. Okay, I got what I'm trying to say, right? We should see they both are having same size that we need to store. If it is not, we will allocate it. You got what I'm trying to say, right? So pointer 1 is pointing to a memory location of 4 bytes, whereas pointer 2 is pointing to a memory location of 6 bytes. Actually, it is 4 plus 1. Okay, here it is 6 plus 1. Okay, you got right what I'm trying to say. Both the memory locations are both the pointers.
Size of college.
Yeah, and they are different. So let's
Size
make
of the
them.
college and size of the object.college. Yes.
Yeah, they both should be same. Okay. Now what we will do, this pointer is already pointing to some memory location, right? This college. We'll delete it. Okay, first we should delete. Okay, so before deleting, we would see if they are not equal or less than or greater than. If string length of college is less than or not equal to, or we will make it as not equal to string length of obj college. For some, let it be greater than or lesser than, we'll do a delete and try to allocate some the memory of same size. Okay, now college, what will college will become? Again, college is equal to new char array of string length of this. Okay, now the college is pointing to a memory location which is of same size. And then we do plus one to store the null character. Okay, now let's print the size. We'll see they both will become same. Okay, deep copy. So this whole thing that you are writing, right, is called as deep copy part, wherein before you copy, you deeply investigate what is whatever you are doing and do the copy or whatever. Now before, we'll see what was the size earlier. Yeah, and after
Yeah, so
memory.
here we have to
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, here we have to delete the the one which have less memory, right?
Or I would say delete the one which is having less memory. It's not one which is having less memory. Okay, you are copying Sakalya to Subbu. Okay, now Subbu, you are copying contents of Sakalya to Subbu. Now college is a variable of Subbu. Okay, you have a variable by name Subbu. Sakalya has a variable by name Subbu, or both of you have a pointers by name college. Okay, sorry. Now both of you have a pointer having having a name of college. Now this pointer is pointing to 4 bytes. Okay, and your aim is to copy the contents which Sakalya have. Okay, so you are the one who is going to have data, right? So only your pointer ka size matters, not and we will concentrate on resizing your pointer or whatever the variable onto which you are copying to. You got what I'm trying to say, right? Assume you have two
Yeah, yes,
nameplates. Two nameplates. From one nameplate you are copying to other. But what if the other nameplate is small? You would work on extending the nameplate which is onto which you are writing, right? You would just to extend it. So
yes, yeah.
before extending it, you do a delete and allocate. Okay. In C++, what in C, what will you do? You will do a realloc. Okay. There you will do a realloc. Here you do a delete and new. Okay. So you are doing delete because to avoid a memory leak. Okay. You can just directly say new, but what will happen to the old one? You are not releasing the old one. So you definitely need to delete and then do a new so that you would get the enough space to allocate new data. Okay. Now you resized it.
Yeah,
Now
got it.
let's see. Freeing double pointer. 4 and 6, 4 and 6. Did I say? Assignment operator 4 and 6. 4. Why did this guy print 4 and 6 again? Anything wrong here? Okay, I put this is right? What happened? Let's see. Eh, what happened? What is wrong here? Or if space and size. Okay, maybe I should do int of it is not able to compare size. So what No, weird. Or did I miss something really bad? Size 1 is less than size 2, delete and new. Put a okay. Uh, it was wrong here. I did a string copy at the end. This is one. Okay. Before no before copying the string length, I should have printed it. Okay. Okay. We'll retain the code. So this was the mistake that I had. Okay, I should have copied the content and then I should have assigned the string length. Now we'll see. Okay, the new size is 6 and 6. Okay, so before copying the size was 4 and 6. After copying the size is 6 and 6. Now we see it is still crashing. Why is it crashing? College is equal to null. Somewhere it is crashing. We'll see. Deleting second object. It's crashing. Okay. So we are just, we'll see we do the invalid pointer. Okay, I'll check that. Okay, now you understood this, right? Like, so when you do write an assignment operator, make sure you check for the size, okay, and assign the required size to both the pointers, and then you do a copy onto the objects. Okay, so this is something which you don't need to do with variables, but this is something which you need to do with pointers. Okay, got it? You got that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we did a string copy here, but why is this? What should have been done? Okay, let's see. Now what is this behavior? It will be on the other way. 6, 4, and 4 and 4, 2, 2, 2, and this. Okay, now we'll just check why it got crashed. Invalid pointer 3. Destroying first one. Now second one. Before destroying itself, it got crash. That's all. Okay, I'll check and get back to you on this, why it was crashing. Okay, maybe something wrong in the destructor or somewhere here. I'll put that and get back to you. Okay, any other questions that you had for me on this? So, so what we covered is copy constructor, what we covered is assignment operators, and what is it that you need to do in both copy constructor and assignment operator, specifically with respect to pointers. Okay, both the places you allocate the memory and release it is what you would actually need to do. So when not required, I mean just assign it and release it. So that's what you would actually need to do. Okay, let's do this. Destroying. Maybe in destroying, this should not be an array. Let's see. If I remove this an array, still done. What is that weird thing? I'll see. Okay, I'll check this and come back. Okay, what is it? Okay, something we are doing wrong here. I'll check this and come back. Okay, any other questions, guys? You have? All right.
No.
Okay. Okay, guys. It's already had. Maybe we'll cover something like related to operator overloading, or we'll write our own MyString class. So that is what would make a lot of sense. So there we can run all the operator overloading and all. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.